Now, last Sunday, director of Mzansi Ballet Dirk Badenhorst conferred upon principal dancer Angela Revie the honorary position of Prima Ballerina in recognition of her outstanding contribution to the art of ballet, her exemplary career, and the significant prestige she continues to bring to South African ballet. Throughout her illustrious career, Angela has performed a wide array of iconic principal roles, including Odette in Swan Lake, Princess Aurora in Sleeping Beauty, and leading roles in other renowned ballets. Angela Revie has performed in Ireland and Cuba, apart from her notorious career in South Africa. It's great to have both Dirk and Angela join us in studio to talk about this milestone. Good to have both of you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
But more importantly, Angela, congratulations. I mean, this is incredible news for you. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about now being a prima ballerina?
It was all very overwhelming, to be honest. It was a very big surprise, very unexpected, but obviously a very beautiful thing that happened, and Dirk made it very special. My whole family was there, and my friends, and obviously the company who I'm very close with as well. So it was just, it was a very beautiful moment.
And I mean, this is a 12-year hiatus, because there hasn't been anybody in between these last 12 years that has been conferred the honorary of a prima ballerina. So it's a big
Absolutely.
moment.
So we've had Phyllis Spira many years ago. We've had Dawn Weller. And then in 2013, I conferred it upon Bernice Silvis when I was still with Joburg Ballet, and now on Angela Revie. And it's just an incredible way of saying thank you, recognizing, as you've read so beautifully, the incredible things that she has done for ballet. Her technique, her artistry, her musicality, the way that she becomes a role model to young South Africans on and off the stage. And I think that for me is so important. And it's a way of thanking her for the contribution of it. And it's also a wonderful way for Mzansi Ballet to have a prima ballerina in our midst. We're a small, young company, and for us to be able to have such a ballerina in our midst is incredible. You know, so many of our talented South Africans leave the country.
Yes.
And for me, I'm on a drive to say, bring back the talent and let's retain the talent. Let's grow and strengthen our own nation with what we've got. So that's why we are taking now a prima ballerina with us when we go on a trip to Switzerland in July, traveling the country. We are doing performances in Bloemfontein at the end of February. And it is just so important to be able to now say, but we have a prima ballerina part of that whole journey of the company.
So help me understand, somebody who doesn't speak ballet, a prima ballerina, how do you become one? What is this? I suppose the question is, how do you become one? And secondly, is it an international standard that you have to reach, that you've been bestowed this, but you are known as a prima ballerina globally? Does it work like that?
Yeah, so we can now enter anywhere in the world, say this is South Africa's prima ballerina. And yes, there is kind of a benchmarking around the world to ensure that there is some standard. But in the end, it's up to the director of a company to decide whether he or she would like to have somebody that is really deserving. Because if you give it out willy-nilly, then it has no more...
Kind of loses its value.
Absolutely. So you cannot just hand it out, and then have so many. And so therefore, it is up to the director of a company to be able to say, this is somebody that is worthy of the title, because they will be representing the company, the country, and ballet internationally.
Wow.
And I think that is what makes it so special. And I think if you think of people like Margot Fontaine, Alicia Alonso, Maya Plisitskaya, they were prima ballerina absoluta. So those are... They danced until they were 70, and so there's hope for her. For
That's
a
amazing.
long career to still come.
Okay, so now that I've got all the nitty-gritty and the facts out the way, I want to ask what it takes to be a prima ballerina, because this doesn't just happen. It's not just a lovely accolade that you've gotten. You walked in here with your shoes, and this is the first things that I saw, that your shoes have a story to tell, because they are worn out. You wear them. Obviously, these are your favorites, but this is something you practice and preach and live by every minute of the waking day.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes your life. You can't do ballet just as an extra thing. Really, you have to throw everything into it. Every hour of every working day of I even dream about ballet. It's hilarious. When we go on tours, our fellow dancers laugh at me because I'm in the middle of the night speaking in my sleep saying 5, 6, 7, 8, and all we have the funniest stories of me. So it consumes you. But I mean, you sacrifice a lot to do it, and a lot of time and friendships that you may have had with other people that are not in the dance world. But at the end of the day, you don't see it as a sacrifice, you know. It's like a calling. It's something you just have to do. You're so passionate about it, you'll sacrifice everything, you know, to be there.
When did you start dancing? What age were you dancing?
So I actually was a gymnast before. I was a little gymnast when I was younger, and I only started ballet when I was 12, turning 13. So it was very, very late.
And that is kind of late, eh? Because I mean, you see these little ballerinas, but you had the foundation. I mean, it was
exactly. The gymnastics helped me a lot, and then obviously all the teachers and everybody that I had when I was a teenager were just crucial to making my career happen. You know, I was at Lisa Michelle's school, who just created such a beautiful environment. It was always so like family based, and it was a place where you could just go and be yourself and share our passion and trust each other. And they just taught me so much more about just the technique, you know, of what it means to be a dancer. And then,
what does your day look like? Because that is something that I've always wanted to know. I mean, you say every waking moment of every single day. Is it genuinely like that? I mean, obviously it's what you eat, what you drink, what you take, where you go, obviously practicing all the time. Perhaps you can let us in. What do you do?
Exactly. Well, I mean, now I have kids as well, so that makes it more
I don't know
complicated.
how. Where you manage to fit that in, I don't understand.
So yes, a very early morning, drop the boys at school. Usually I teach a class before I start our own company class. I'll teach one of my students or a group class before, head to the company, do company class, rehearse for the morning until lunchtime, continue until mid-afternoon, and then teach my other students that we have at our vocational school as well. And then head off, fetch my boys, go home, usually do their homework. Then it doesn't end there, because then I'm usually either searching for music for our new productions, choreographing ballets in my bedroom, making little videos in my pajamas, and like I said, dreaming about it at night. It's very exhausting.
That's unbelievable. Okay, so I've got to wrap because we've got to go to an ad break. But Dirk, we get to see you performing, which is amazing, because Carmen is what we can look forward to. Is that correct?
No, we've just finished Carmen.
So you've just finished Carmen.
And she's going to dance pas de deux with one of our dancers from Cuba, Ariel Mexica. And then we are going to Bloemfontein the 27th of February till the 1st of March. And then in June we are performing again back at the Peter Turin Theatre, and then we take Carmen and the Gold Rhino and some mixed bill to Switzerland. I've created a festival in Switzerland, which is a first for us. It's our inaugural event. It's called Mzansi Ballet and Ticino Sounds Festival. It's my festival, and it's a wonderful way of taking our own talent to go and showcase it to the world and to bring then the world back to South Africa, because that's really the dream.
Okay, I've got to wrap this because we're going to see you. So I'm so excited to see our very own Prima Ballerina performing for us here on stage. Dirk Badenhorst, thank you. Thank you for coming in and introducing us to absolute superior quality, global quality that we have here. So let's take a break, and we'll see you after this with goodbye and watching Angela perform as well.